You ever wake up thinking all you want is a quiet cup of coffee on your porch, only to have your life turned upside down before you even get to the bottom of the mug? That's what happened to me. That Sunday a picture. I'm on my porch, still in my slippers about to open up some boring engineering manuscript, when in struts Tessa Parker, HOA president, and self-declared queen of Ironwood Ridge, with her glittery cheeks and leopard leggings barking at me that I don't get to sit here anymore. I'm not kidding. She's standing on the porch my great-granddad built with his own hands on land. My family's owned for over a century, acting like I'm the trespasser. I just stared at her coffee, halfway to my lips, thinking, is this real life? Or did I step into some bad TV drama? Let me back up a sec, because none of this madness would make sense unless you know what this place means to me. I'm Alan Whitaker, and I guess you could say I'm an old soul. I lost my wife, Clara, 3 years ago. And truth is, this cabin is all I've got left of the life we built together. It's nothing fancy. Cedar shingles, weathered silver porch railings, my granddad whittled on winter nights, windows that catch just the right morning light. Most mornings, I still put out 2 mugs out of habit. Clara used to say there's magic in these pines, and honestly, I believed her, until Tessa and her husband bulldozed in next door and built the kind of place you'd see on a reality show, an $800,000 pool with fake waterfalls and rainbow LED lights, surrounded by enough decking to launch a yacht. The construction alone nearly drove me mad. But when Tessa declared herself president of the HOA and started acting like she ran the whole mountain, things got ridiculous fast. You know the type, sunglasses bigger than her face, talking down to every delivery guy, parking her Porsche across 2 spots like it's her birthright. She saunters up that Sunday and tells me my shack is dragging down the neighborhood. "Sell me your place," she says. "I'll pay triple. You belong somewhere else." I just smiled. Polite, like my mama taught me, and told her no thanks. This cabin isn't for sale at any price. Well, her smile dropped like a stone, and she leaned in, dropping her voice, promising to make my life so miserable I'd wish I'd taken the money. And boy, did she deliver. It started with the parties 3 times a week, poolside concerts so loud, the cabin walls shook, fireworks, you name it. Then landscaping crews at dawn, mowing and blowing right outside my window every Saturday and Sunday. She pushed through new HOA rules, no coffee outside before 10. Paint colors had to be pre-approved, every pet registered through her cousin's vet clinic. Then her landscapers accidentally painted part of my cabin neon green during a so-called fence repair. And when I complained, she just shrugged and said, "Oops, these things happen." The kicker was her cameras pointed straight into my living room and bedroom. I complained, but the HOA chairman, Tessa's golf buddy, tossed out every complaint. Neighbors who'd been friendly for years started crossing the street to avoid me, all while Tessa handed out expensive gift baskets and rumor after rumor spread about me. I'll admit it got to me. Nights got longer, sleep got harder. I kept thinking of Clara, her voice from that hospital bed telling me, "Alan, don't ever let anyone take your home. You belong here." But there were moments lying awake when I started to wonder if she'd want me to fight, or finally find peace somewhere else. Here's where things take a turn. One morning, I see Tessa standing by her pool, directing a backhoe digging right up to the edge of my property. Now, I grew up with my dad and granddad walking those boundaries, so I knew the old survey markers. I pulled out the original deed, handwritten yellowed with age, and realized half her precious pool, the deck, the pool house, even the waterfall were sitting on my land. I called Marcus my old friend and lawyer, and he started digging. Turns out the Parkers never got proper building permits. Faked paperwork for their tax assessments, and to top it all off, a construction foreman named Casey got in touch with us. He had recordings, real hard evidence of Tessa telling her crew to just bury the waste barrels nobody will ever check. She was pumping toxic chemicals straight into the ground, right into the stream Clara and I used to sit by. Suddenly, it wasn't just about some neighborly feud. This was a full-blown environmental disaster. Marcus called the EPA, the FBI, every agency you can think of. And let me tell you, the day after Tessa's big HOA victory party, a convoy of federal agents, county officials, and even a TV crew rolled up. They shut down. Her pool started digging up those barrels and declared 40% of her backyard a crime scene on my land, no less. Tessa went from smug to desperate in about 5 seconds flat. First, she offered to buy me out for 7 times the appraised value. When I turned her down, she threatened to ruin Marcus's career. That same night, she snuck in a work crew to pump chemicals out and destroy evidence. But Casey tipped us off. We caught her red-handed, and she was arrested right there in her bathrobe in front of the whole neighborhood. The aftermath: federal charges, environmental crimes, trespass, tax fraud. The HOA chairman resigned in disgrace, and the board wiped out half the crazy rules Tessa had pushed through. Neighbors who'd been giving me the cold shoulder started stopping by, some to apologize, some in tears, saying they never should have doubted me. And instead of tearing down that pool, I proposed we use the court fines to build a community park and environmental center in Clara's name, right where that toxic mess used to be. Now, nearly 2 years later, I sit on my porch with my coffee watching kids laugh and play, where there used to be just noise and poison, and the birds have come back. Sometimes someone will nudge me and say, "Did you ever think you'd outlast the Queen of Ironwood Ridge?" And I just shake my head. Thing is, I never wanted to win. I just wanted to keep my promise to Clara to do the right thing for this place and for the people who call it home. But let me ask you, was I stubborn, or was I right to stand my ground? If you've ever dealt with a neighbor from hell or fought for what's yours, let me know down in the comments. What's justice really look like in a place like this? Hit subscribe if you want to hear what happened next, because trust me, in this neighborhood, the stories just keep coming.